Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And we are back here on the Dragonflight beta, and we're talking more about our Marksman Hunter today. So over the last couple of days, like the 7th or the 8th of October, there is going to be some soon-to-be implemented changes to our tier set bonuses here in the beta. So let's go ahead and bring this up really quick, and this is from Wowhead, and I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. So all three Hunter specs did see some changes, whether they were like redesign / retooling of some of the set bonuses or just buffs or nerfs. So for Marksman, we did see a change to both. So now actually one of the WeakAuras that I have in my previous video, so be sure and check those out as well. I have them all in a playlist just marked Dragonflight beta. It doesn't even work anymore since they took that out, so I'll have to remove that from the download. But so now whenever you crit with your arcane shot or your multi-shot, they just bleed for 40% of the damage from your next aim shot. So that will be something that I still want to track, so I'll work on getting a WeakAura up for you guys as soon as that becomes available. But it just doesn't make it so your next aim shot has a 50% faster cast time. In fact, if you read the developer's notes, it's kind of funny. They said that aim shots were becoming uncomfortably short during true shot. I don't know what that means. I don't think we were that strong. But it was a little bit of a change, but that does mean that we're going into more of a bleed build, which I guess is the closest thing to a dot build we're ever going to see again on. So maybe this is the survival hunter I've always wanted, ranged survival hunter again, since I was really big on that back in like Cataclysm. But the 4 set bonus was also changed. It was just buffed by 50%. So that means whenever you auto attack, you have a 15% chance to basically proc 100% chance to crit on your next arcane shot or multi shot, which will then in turn give you an automatic bleed on your aim shot. So there's some pretty good synergy here already, even for AOE and for Mythic Plus. I'm not sure if that bleed effect is going to count for trick shots in AOE or not. If it does, that's pretty good. And then that does kind of change what I was talking about in my previous video for a build. So let's go ahead and we'll switch it up here so I'm not blocking with my pretty face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I learned from my mistakes. I wanted to make sure and not cover up the screen with my webcam when talking about talents. So there are a few changes that we would probably implement thanks to the 2 and 4 set bonuses for your Marksman Hunter. And most of it revolves around adding more bleed damage. So for example, serrated shots is going to be so important in the build because it's just going to make our tier gear stronger, because we're going to be bleeding and causing the target to bleed that much more. So it's just we want to put another point in here to increase that bleed damage further by an additional 20%, and then when the target's below 30%, up to 40%, up from 20. So that's going to be pretty strong. You do have to lose some points in the tree though, and so as it sets right now, as much as I don't want to, I would probably end up moving points from Poison Injection and Serpent Sting and putting the 1 point in Serrated Shots and then the 1 point in Steel Trap. I guess this is probably going to be the go-to build regardless with Steel Trap. I'll be honest, I don't like Steel Trap. You guys know me, I don't like throwing stuff on the ground, but I don't really see another option this far down in the tree. I'd love to not put points in Arctic Bola, but for an AoE build, explosive shot's a must. For a single target build, that's completely fine. I will put points over here all day and twice on Sunday, because Arctic Bola is garbage and you don't really want to use explosive shot on a single target boss fight. But looking over here at the Marksman Hunter tree in particular, so this is the build right now where you could, switch between like light ammo and heavy ammo. I've been running Bulletstorm and seeing some great results, and I think that this tweaks and updates will make Bulletstorm even stronger thanks to our 4 set. But finally, maybe this is the point where I remove the Wailing Arrow. So I would have 2 free points if I remove Wailing Arrow and Readiness. It does make the build kind of feel clunky. If you watched my previous video, you saw that during an opener, in an AoE situation at least, for an opener, you don't need focus. Like, it's very focus sufficient, which was really weird for me on a Marksman Hunter. But this does give us 2 points to play around with, and there's even further 2 more points that you can move around with getting rid of Serpent Stalker's Trickery and Bullseye. The only reason I have Serpent Stalkers is I really want Bullseye. I know it feels weird to have Serpent Sting and Serpent Stalker's Trickery, but I really like Bullseye. It fits really well with the way I'm building my Marksman Hunter, with so much crit baked into the talent tree. But if we are going back to the point of this video, as I go off on my tangents, and talk about how this is the 2 and 4 set is going to affect our build, you're probably going to want to come up here and pick at least 1 point in Death Blow, and you're going to want to put points in Focused Aim, because you want that aim shot to do more damage to begin with, so then the bleed is that much bigger, and then the bleed is 20% stronger thanks to serrated shots over here. So there's a lot of synergy. And then on top of everything else, you have that bow from the last boss in the raid, which has your auto attacks are going to be much faster, which you have more probability of putting out more white damage, so higher probability of getting you to proc your 4 set, which means automatic crits, which means more bleeds, and it's just like a vicious cycle. And I am really, really excited to get in there and see what kind of damage this would do. So if this was me right now and I was going into a Mythic Plus, for example, I would probably go ahead and forego running with Wailing Arrow and Readiness, and I would probably put a point in Death Blow, and then I would put 1 point in Focused Aim. Or if you wanted to forego Death Blow, you could do 2 points in Focused Aim, or you could remove the Bullseye point here, which by the way still does not work in the beta, so I probably might as well move it for now. But you could remove the point in Bullseye and point in Serpent Stalker's Trickery, and put 1 point in Death Blow, 1 point in Razor Fragments, and then 2 points in Focused Aim. And in fact, that's honestly, since Bullseye isn't working right now, that's probably the play. So I'd put 1 point there, 1 point there, 2 points there, pick whichever one you like. So let's do Light Ammo, Bullet Storm, Salvo, then we'll do True Shot, Eagle Talons, True Focus, and then you pick one, and it's probably going to be Unerring Vision, and this would be pretty much what our build would look like. It just sucks. I like Poison Injection because it's passive. It's 100% passive, where Steel Trap's probably the higher DPS overall, but it does synergize really well with all the bleeds we're doing. But I don't know. I just don't like playing with it. And if you run with Steel Trap, you do need to put 2 points in Improved Traps as well up here. So you'd have to further find 2 more points in this tree to move into improved traps. So anyway, that's what my thoughts were on this tier set. I'm really looking forward to trying them in the beta once they do officially hit. This was more of a theory crafting video, and I've been trying to just be like short, sweet, and to the point, talking like, okay, we're talking about WeakAuras today, we're talking about AoE, we're talking about this. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and be sure and follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. I'm going to continue to make videos, try to have several out each and every week, try to do some full dungeon runs once I can get my group fully involved in the beta. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave me your feedback below. I would love to hear that, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.